Olá, boa tarde a todos. Meu nome é Dodô Azevedo, eu sou jornalista, cineasta e o mais recente amigo da pessoa que a gente vai escutar agora. Essa pessoa foi autora desse clipe que acabamos de assistir, They Don't Care About Us, filmado lá no Santa Marta. Estávamos lá agora no Santa Marta, vamos lá dar um abraço na estátua do Michael Jackson. E, bem, o que faz de uma pessoa um ícone? A pessoa, para ser um ícone, ela tem que se multiplicar em objetos. E a primeira coisa que eu levei para ele hoje, foi tomar café da manhã, foi uma série de objetos, discos de filmes dele, LPs, DVDs, Blu-rays, livros. Mas, acima de tudo, queria contar essa história aqui, que ele virou um boneco funk pop. Então, ele é um dos poucos e únicos diretores de cinema do mundo que, além de diretores de cinema, se tornaram tão grandes, se tornaram um boneco funk pop. E eu, como fã de cinema, eu sempre tive bonecos funk pop, bonecos de vários cineastas na minha prateleira e nunca identifiquei nenhum com a minha cor. Até que agora em 2018 foi lançado esse boneco, desse ícone que a gente vai receber agora. Por favor, palmas para o Spike Lee.
Can we all stand for a moment of silence for our sister, Gal Costa, please?
Podemos levantar por um minuto de silêncio por Gal Costa, por favor.
Thank you. God bless.
Obrigado.
How's Rio doing? All right? Hello. I apologize for being late. I had to go visit my brother Michael Jackson. His statue is in Santa Mar, so I had to pay my respects. I apologize for being an hour late. We got stuck in traffic.
Well, welcome to Brazil, welcome to Rio de Janeiro.
I love Brazil, I love Rio, love Bahia, love it. And I am so happy the presidential election turned out for goodness. If you remember the film, Do the Right Thing. Ray Rapine wore 2 rings. One was hate, and we know who that is, and one is love. Moolah. And Bolsonaro, Trump, Putin, gangsters, all. And their friends. Buddy.
Estamos aqui para conversarmos sobre inovação. O Spike Lee como vocês já perceberam, é uma personalidade, ele tem hoje uma personalidade, é um dos criadores com maior personalidade no mundo inteiro, é um formador de opinião em todos os aspectos. Então, hoje a gente vai bater um papo aqui sobre o poder da criatividade. Desculpa, eu devia estar falando em inglês aqui. Sorry, I would like to talk in English again. I should. So let's start with the main question of that conference there. What is the power of creativity?
You would start with a very hard question. Creativity comes to mind. The Spirit is God. If you look at all the great artists, whether it be musicians, painters, whatever, I feel that comes from God. I think it's simple as that. But the key is you have to be open. If you're not open to the Spirit is not going to enter you.
So we can say that creativity is not a tangible thing. It's not a concrete thing. It's a thing that you have to elaborate from the Spirit.
The Spirit, but you also need craft. So you can have the Spirit, but you don't have the craft, it's not going to work. So when I hear the great John Coltrane playing the saxophone of Love Supreme, I hear the Spirit and the craft. Miles Davis, Bob Marley, Quintana, Lupe Nascimento, El Costu just left us. I feel that there is love in them.
There's a crowd out there playing. Thank you, guys.
Way back there, I see you.
So let's talk about that craft. You are, as you said, a 10-year professor of cinema at New York. And how do you teach craft?
I've been teaching 20 years at New York University, graduate film school where I went, and I love teaching. My family comes from a long line of teachers, and one of the things I really try to impart amongst my students is work ethic. That you gotta work your ass off. There's no such thing as the hand of God coming out of the sky and announcing you as the next person. Doesn't work like that. Overnight success is a lie. It's a lie. All the greats, if I mean great, I mean people who've been able to have a career doing what they excel at. That came through hard work. You have to have a work ethic no matter what you do.
So work.
And more work.
Yes, you presented that in Mo Better Blues when Denzel character is
Miles Davis. I mean, great musicians like that.
Yes.
They practice 8 hours a day.
Yes.
So their lips were bleeding. But in order to reach that level, you have to put in work. Years and years and years of work.
I am reading that book called Black People Invented Everything, from Dr. Susan Kaman-Das, and that say that black people invented from the wheel to architecture and painting and writing. And you said when you said about you did examples of craftsmen and people who are very inventional. You gave example of black people, black person right now, when you talk about Milton Nascimento, etc. Why do you think that black people are so inventive like Joe Coltrane and Miles Davis, etc.?
Well, one thing you can say that we all come from the same place, Africa, the cradle of civilization. Martians, extraterrestrial motherfuckers, did not build the Sphinx. They did not build the pyramid. Black people, they're still trying, today, scientists can't figure out how the pyramids were built. The Sphinx, they still don't know. But that was our ancestors.
Maybe you have to look to our ancestors to look forward, to learn for something about creative and innovation. Maybe innovation is in the ancient past, black ancient past, who was whitewashed, you know?
I don't know about that, but I know that my ancestors have guided me. Every time I'm walking and I'm about to fall off a cliff, my ancestors grab me by the neck saying, "Whoa, Spike." They pull me from the cliff. We can all, no matter who you are, if you're open, you can gain power from your ancestors. But have to do some research. And now with technology, you can connect. For many years, African Americans and now here's the thing I want to tell you. You have, if you're of color, you have to stop saying you come from slaves. You have to say you come from enslaved people. If you say slaves, then you talk like Kanye, who said slaves didn't have a choice. Nobody got on those ships that came to the United States, that came to Brazil, that went to the Caribbean by choice. And many of ancestors chose to jump from those ships into the Atlantic Ocean, and that's what they call the Middle Passage. We were not going happy. So, with technology now, I'll tell you, I had a Q-tip, rub it inside my mouth, send it away, and I found out my ancestors, my mother's side, are from Sierra Leone. On my father's side, my ancestors from Cameroon. I mean, that was an empowering moment when I had scientific proof of where my ancestors came from.
You know that we are 50 meters here from a place called Cais do Valongo. It means Valongo port, that was the biggest port of trade of slavery.
Slave trade, right?
From all history of slavery in the mankind. What impact you think that kind of thing had on the construction and this structure of a country and the people?
If I'm correct, Brazil was the last country to end slavery. So that means that if you were somewhere else, you had a head start. You were free from bondage. And something that people don't talk about, if your ancestors come from Mother Africa, we, even today, we still have trauma. We still have trauma from slavery. That does not go away. We still have trauma. And I think a lot of crazy shit we do as people, of black and brown people on this earth, is the vestiges of slavery.
Not a film, because every author, filmmaker, American filmmaker, signed that movies as a print mark. Steven Spielberg signed their films as Steven Spielberg's film, a Steven Spielberg film. Martin Scorsese signs their films as a Martin Scorsese's picture. And Spike Lee is the only filmmaker, again, in the world to sign that pictures as a Spike Lee joint. And now, I think that anywhere our translation is having a huge difficulty to translate joint for Portuguese. So what? In Portuguese, tell them what a joint means. Em português, tem muitos significados joint, mas principalmente é um significado geográfico. Joint é um lugar muito legal para se estar. É um lugar físico que acaba se tornando um lugar espiritual também para se estar. Por exemplo, aqui neste lugar agora é uma joint. Here is a joint. In that moment, this moment.
It's the joint.
This is the joint.
It's the joint right here. Give yourself a round of applause. You're in the joint, and you got a seat. Other people outside in the hot sun.
It's our joint. It's our joint. So it has that collective sense of meaning in that word. Is that the collective meaning that it's not my movie, it's not my picture, it's my joint when me and my fellow friendships, and you are famous to put in the marketplace genius as costume designer named Ruth Carter, director of photography, cinematography, Ernest Dickinson, producing designer Monty Ross, all genius in the marketplace. And today we have another marketplace before Spike Lee in United States. And because of that, we have another marketplace in the world because of Spike Lee. So I have to say, my friend, that we have another cinema scene in the market. If you don't want to that I say about the quality of your work, I won't do that. But you can deny, those people can deny that there is a story of movie before and after Spike Lee. Please let's do something.
thank you for that very kind statement, but shit didn't start with Spike Lee. They were black filmmakers, Oscar Shaw, Gordon Parks, Melvin Van Peebles, Sidney Poitier. They were people who were paved the way for me to do what I love. And this is very important, this is going to be the most important thing I'm going to say today as we're gathered here. Can I stand up for this? I'm going to stand up. Just me stand up. I say my prayers every day because I'm doing what I love, and that is make cinema. I'm a storyteller, whether it be the Michael Jackson clip, the movie, the commercial I did with Michael Jordan, documentaries. I'm doing what I love, and I do not take that for granted. The truth is, the majority of the people on this God's earth go to their grave having worked at a job they hated. If you are one of the blessed and you are making a living doing what you love, you've won. Dodô, my brother, I'm going to speak to your students and to the other young artists in the joint today. Listen to me very closely. Kill more dreams than anybody. I hope you're not why are you applauding? I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna walk over here on this side. Over here. Sit down, sit down. Parents kill more dreams than anybody. Over here for this side. How you doing? Parents kill more than dreams. Oops. Parents kill more dreams than anybody. Now, reason why I've said that 3 times, maybe 4. But here's the reason. It's not because parents don't love their children and want the best for them. But here's the tricky part. Art. Parents know the job their children can get if they I want my son to go to be a lawyer. They go to college, they go to law school. I want my son to be a business person, or daughter. They're going to go to school, they go to a business school. Or teach. Those are, there's a path. If you want to be a doctor, lawyer, business person, you know what the path is. But when it comes to the arts, a lot of parents don't understand the arts. They don't see a diagram how their children can make money. The day that our young artists get up the courage to tell their parents that they want to be a poet, an artist, a dancer, a filmmaker, a writer, a journalist. They're like, oh, me and your mother. You're not put a second mortgage on the house. We did not work our fingers to the bone, so you can be a broke-ass artist. And a lot of times, these young artists, knowing the sacrifices that parents made already, succumb to parental pressure and unfortunately choose a path in life that brings no joy in their heart. They did not listen to their heart, and because of parental pressure, they decide to do what their parents tell them they should be doing to be productive. And many years later, these young artists have grown old and end up hating their parents because they are stuck. So, if I just happen to be speaking to a parent that is in this situation, alright, I don't want to blow anybody's spot up, but if there's one thing you go home from here, and I might maybe be speaking about a situation you are having with your young, aspiring artist. Don't kill their dreams.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Spike Lee, of Pizza Hut. No, sir. Okay, now we will have a tender and a little tricky moment. I will speak in Portuguese. Em julho desse ano, nós estávamos, a nossa turma do Cinema Nosso, só de alunos e alunas pretas, cariocas.
One more story.
Ok.
Don't leave yet, don't leave.
Don't leave.
What did you say?
Nós estávamos, quando nós terminamos o curso, nós estávamos tão apaixonados pelo Spike Lee que a gente pensou, um dia a gente vai juntar dinheiro e vai para Nova York. We will go to Nova York, to New York, to know this guy one day. But all of us are poor. And then 2 months later, you came here as a